From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Turning out to be an absolutely gorgeous day out there today. A beautiful fall day, actually. A little nippy in some of the higher elevations and, not warming up a whole lot for the valley, but it's going to be dry and slightly warmer for the rest of the afternoon today. We expect another cool and unsettled weather pattern to return as early as Wednesday and lasting through at least the end of the week, if not maybe even into Saturday. Now, snow levels could be as low as 4,500 feet, but really at this point, no travel concerns are in the forecast, with dry and warmer conditions this second half of the weekend in particular, going into early next week. Here's your neighborhood at a glance here for the rest of the day today. Mid-60s for the valley, even some upper 60s for some of the warmer spots. Low 60s in Trinity County, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, and of course, mid-50s for the coast. Dry conditions today. Now the winds should subside later on this afternoon for much calmer winds. Now the winds will pick up again, looks like on Wednesday as that next storm system begins to move in, especially for some of the higher elevations, south winds coming in for the valley. And then it looks like for your Thursday, the winds begin to calm down again. So we look at the humidity because that's what we have to look at when we're talking about fire concerns here. So this afternoon, we've got those humidity levels, down in the mid to upper teens. But again, the winds as they subside, that should decrease our fire weather risk. Now, as we go into Wednesday, humidity levels are increasing, 20 to even over 40%. That's because we have an approaching storm system. The winds are picking up. The humidities will pick up as well because, of course, we've got that chance for rain in the forecast. And then looking at the humidity for Thursday, not even an issue because much higher humidity is in the forecast. So here's what's happening. We're between storm systems today. Here's what moved through yesterday, the cool and unsettled weather pattern we saw yesterday. Some of us saw the showers, some of us not so much, even some snow flurries in the higher elevations. That's moved on out. Now we've got the next storm system I got my eyes on right here, but that won't be here until tomorrow. So we're between the storms right now, and that's going to keep us dry and mild for today. And you can see that here on Futurecast for the rest of the afternoon into the evening. We've got mainly sunny skies in the forecast, but now we've got the approaching storm system as early as Wednesday morning, maybe some light showers for northern Humboldt and into Del Norte counties, but you can see it's not that significant, so nothing to really write home about. Shouldn't be too wet for your morning commute for the coast. The main band is off to our west here. So by noon, it begins to pick up in intensity. Now we've got the rain out towards Del Norte, northern Humboldt. But you see that kind of the leading edge of that storm. That's still down towards southern Humboldt. Not a lot of rain there, and it's fairly dry for the rest of us at noon on Wednesday. Here's Wednesday afternoon into the evening. Now the main band of rain is pushing on through. Now we do have some snow, as you can see here, but you're going to have to go above 6,000 feet before you actually start seeing any accumulating snow. So yeah, some of those higher mountain passes above 6,000 feet, you might run into some snow there. But this is not going to be a ton of snow, by the way. But in the meantime, as we get into the mid to late afternoon, especially the north end of the valley, seeing some showers. But the south end of the valley, Chico, Oroville, Willows, you may still be dry even at 5 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. We're still fairly dry also for most of the eastern mountains, like Lassen and Plumas counties. And we're just starting to see some of that coming into parts of Modoc County as well. Now we go into Wednesday night. Now the south end of the valley is getting in on some of the showers. So Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. We're still seeing that snow in the higher elevations, Alturas, Chester. Hey, you could see a dusting of snow. I mean, at 4,000, 4,500 feet respectively, you're talking about the potential to see some snowflakes there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Bernie, all right, maybe a mix, but probably not any accumulating snow down in Bernie, as well as Mount Shasta for that matter. But you can still see some of the showers for the valley and some, looks like a little bit of leftover instability for places like Del Norte County. Now, we go into Thursday morning. This particular forecast model is not very aggressive with the rainfall on Thursday. We'll have to kind of wait and see. For now, this model wants to keep us fairly dry through the day on Thursday, as you can see here. Not a lot going on. If you look at the GFS, though, and even the European forecast model, certainly more aggressive with the amount of rainfall we'll see on Thursday. So we'll have to wait and see. For now, I'm going to keep the chances for showers in there. And we take a look at this same model we were just looking at. It's only predicting upwards of maybe 1/10 of an inch of rainfall, give or take, for the valley. And of course, much more than that off to the north and west. That's standard. That's pretty typical. Now the snow, you can kind of see how we're seeing it picking up for some of these lower mountain communities like Mount Shasta, Dunsmuir, Chester, Quincy. But I think around 4,000, 4,500 feet, so Alturas, Chester, yeah, you might see a dusting of snow. Maybe a mix around Mount Shasta City, maybe a mix around Bernie, down to about 3,500 feet. But anything lower than that, it's going to be mainly in the form of rain. So you can see we've got those winds today coming in from the north. The area of low pressure that brought us the showers yesterday, scattered showers, is now off to our east. High pressures to our west. We're kind of stuck between the two. And that's why we're dry today, but also breezy, especially the first half of the day. But there's that approaching storm system coming in on Wednesday. And remember I was talking about on Thursday, the model we were just looking at didn't show much rain or even snow for Thursday. But this one, yeah, certainly a little bit more aggressive. So we may be somewhere in the middle, in between that. Maybe not as much as we see here, but maybe a little bit more than we saw on the shorter range forecast model. This area low pressure kind of shifts off to the east and weakens, but we're still seeing a chance for some stray showers, snow flurries in the higher elevations. This model, as I mentioned, you see on Saturday, it's dry. It's also windy too. You see these white lines are tightly packed together. When they are, typically you've got those stronger north winds. But if we were to look at the European forecast model, it would still have some wet weather for Northern California on Saturday. So I'm keeping the chance in there for Saturday, but this weekend is definitely a stay tuned type of forecast because we've got to wait for a little bit more consistency and see if we can get those models to align a little bit better. Then we go into Sunday through Wednesday of next week. It's dry. We're looking at warmer conditions in the forecast as well. So I do expect to see those drier conditions, but we've got to get through the rest of this week, right? So you can see here through this week, through Friday, through Saturday, we're seeing upwards of, I'd say, on average, 1/4 of an inch of rainfall is a possibility for now all the way through the end of this week for parts of the valley. Might be overdoing it there at 6/10 of an inch of rainfall for Redding, but you get the idea. I think we're going to see some measurable rainfall. And of course, most of the rain, where is it? Yeah, because the storms are coming from the northwest, working their way southeast, we see most of the rain off into northwestern portions of NorCal. All right, so here's your forecast for today. Maybe some upper 60s for some of the warmer spots, but the magic number for the valley seems to be around 66 today. Temperatures in the 40s off to the east and even north to around 50 for Mount Shasta City. A little bit warmer in Trinity County, low 60s there, mid 60s inland, and looks like for the coast, you're going to be looking at temperatures somewhere in the mid to upper 50s. So let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. All right, so here's the story. It's dry for everyone today. Mountains, coast, valley, everyone, right? The first half of the day for the valley is dry. By mid-afternoon, Redding, Red Bluff, you're starting to see showers. It's not until the evening tomorrow that Chico, you'll see showers. So I think Chico, you'll be dry through most of the day, even tomorrow. And then showers on Thursday, a chance for some leftover showers Friday, and an even slimmer chance for showers on Saturday. And you'll see it's warming up and drying out by Sunday into Monday. Let's take a look at the coast, inland, and for Trinity County. Now that we're a little bit farther to the west here, the showers will be here as early as Wednesday morning. Also inland by around midday for Weaverville. So I got PM there. And then showers off and on for Thursday, Friday, maybe into Saturday. Snow levels around 4,500 to 5,000 feet. For Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains, you're going to hold off until around midday, late afternoon, early evening, probably evening overnight. And most of the day will be dry for Susanville, Lassen, and Plumas counties in general for both today and most likely through most of the day tomorrow. It's not until tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, that we start to see some of those showers kicking in for the Eastern Mountains. And again, you can see snow levels between 4,500, 5,000 feet. Not concerned about travel issues. That's not going to be a concern here. But we definitely will be dealing with some snow and maybe even a light dusting of snow for places like Alturas and maybe even Chester. That's your afternoon update. I'll be back again at 6 o'clock this evening for your latest.
Barr & Mudford is a top, established firm here in the North State. Founded over a half-century ago, Barr & Mudford is protecting the rights of our neighbors and community. We take our commitment to our clients very seriously and provide a level of excellence unrivaled in the North State. Barr & Mudford, standing up for the rights of our neighbors and our beautiful community, serving Northern California with excellence.